Hey everyone. So today is Amazon Prime Day, and I don't love the hype around Amazon Prime because people end up just buying what they don't need. But I was thinking about all the things that I use on a really a daily basis in my Vintage Booth business to help increase my sales. And there are things that I have that I've purchased from Amazon, and then there's things that people from our group have recommended and have really helped boost their sales. So if you haven't already, be sure to join our Facebook group, Just Vintage Booth Pro in the group section on Facebook. Answer a couple questions and I'll let you in. We do a lot of fun stuff and just really building a huge community of vintage antique booth owners that have a lot of knowledge and are very helpful. So today, just real quickly, I just want to show you things I purchased, and I would love to know what else is there that I'm missing. So let me know what you found on Amazon or just out in the wild that have helped you in your vintage booth business just on a daily basis. So the number one thing for me is your tag making supplies. So I'll walk you through my process, and this is from a recommendation from one of my favorite group members, and you know who you are because you recommended this because she has been in the business for a long time and she just knows. So I start off with any kind of paper that you have. I normally have thrifted paper, craft paper. This I actually had to buy for my daughter for a project. So now that she's done with it, I'm going to use it myself. I use a cutter like this, which is thrifted. But if I can find one on Amazon, I will link it for you in the description. And all you do is cut it, and you have these little strips of paper. And now what was recommended on Amazon is this cutter that makes tags. So all you do, and it's so easy to use, and you can really use any kind of paper whatsoever. Cut it as wide as you would like, and then just stick it in there, cut it, and then you just cut it to the size that you would like. And of course, I did not center that properly because I'm trying to focus on making the video. So I'll try it again, see if I can get it a little bit better. And you can see you can make it as wide or as narrow as you would like. And that's not right, perfect, but a little bit better. So this makes so many tags, and it's so much easier than having to run to the store and grab those pre-made tags, and it probably works out cheaper. I really don't know. The next thing that I highly recommend is a custom stamp for your business. I mentioned this several times in videos, but I always say to have a brand name for your booth. And very soon, I'm going to walk you through how to make your own logo in a very cheap and easy way. And then I will just put my stamp on it. And then I have a little bit of room to write the price. And of course, it's not always perfect. I think this is running out of ink because I've used it for so long. I just write the price and a little description. And then, of course, I use either this cord or jute twine, and you could buy it in large bulk quantity on Amazon. And if you look in the description, I'm going to have everything I mentioned listed. So that is how I make tags. And as a vintage booth owner, you know you're going to spend a ton of time pricing. So anything you can do to make this easier. I forgot to mention pins too. I run out of pins so easily. So having just a large quantity of pins, and I love writing in blue. I don't know why that is, but it's just kind of a happy color. So I prefer blue pins. So once I lose that, it's nice to have some supplies that you can easily grab. Okay, I want to highly recommend a glue gun. Mine is probably 30 years old, so it's just so basic, but it's good to have on hand because as vintage booth owners, you know you can find a little thing that is so super cute like this for 50 cents. Pop that back on with hot glue, yeah, you have a new product that you can mark up, 300 or 400% on that. The other glues that I use almost on a daily basis, E6000 and wood glue. So we find furniture all the time that it's well worn, it's used, but if you just use some little pieces of things like this, fix it up and make a huge profit on it. I cannot recommend this Howard line of products enough, and I will say, check locally first if you can at all. Your antique store probably has somebody that sells this. You can see that I bought this orange oil for $8 from someone in my store, and this is going to last forever. I use this because sometimes things come through that just need a little bit of polish. This one I am beyond excited about. I bought a 100-year-old church pew, and it was pretty beat up. All I did was use this with steel wool, and it just looks amazing. This I obviously need to get a little bit more. I think it's called Feed and Wax, and I think I got this at Lowe's, but I'm going to check in my store the next time I'm there to try to get some more beeswax and orange oil. These are just things that are so nice to have on hand. However, they also have butcher block conditioning, just a lot of different things it's like magic. I really don't know. I assume they have it on Amazon. I'll link it below, but this is one of the things that I use a lot. One of my favorite tools to use is this Barkeeper's Friend. It cleans so many things. I have a brass project that I'm working on now that I don't love cleaning, but I know this is going to help a ton. There's also a soft version, like a liquidy version, but this is just something you always have on hand and helps a ton when cleaning really anything. I'll see. And you can see it shows here. It cleans stainless steel, porcelain, ceramic, copper, brass, fiberglass, corian, chrome, and aluminum. It's kind of the jack of all cleaners. Really good. Definitely pick up and keep on hand. Okay, next are just some painting supplies that I always have and use because I'm not an incredibly talented crafter, but some things just need a super quick coat of paint. And so always start with a flat black. And this is from Walmart. You can get it in larger quantities on Amazon, but it will be more expensive. This sand dollar is a great farmhousey white. Not too farmhouse, like I just think it's a good white. There's so many shades of white, so I recommend picking one and not going insane on other shades of white. This Rust-Oleum metallic finish is just so cool to use. It goes on so easily and makes a huge impact on whatever you are painting. There's silver and gold. I don't know what other colors there are, but it's one of my favorite things to paint with, that metallic finish. Polyacrylic. Now, this is not cheap. This is kind of expensive. I think it ranges from $12 to $15, but it really does last a long time. And whatever you're working on, it helps seal it in to protect it from being ruined by moving it to your booth or, whatever the case may be. Something that I love having on hand is I think it's called compressed air. This says compressed gas cleaner, but basically it always has that. I lost my thing that comes out, but we deal with so many ornate things that have just little bits and pieces and hard to get into clean. It really does. Any kind of compressed air will help with that cleaning. My last recommendation for painting projects is Rub and Buff. I have a third one. I don't know where it is right now, but I bought this probably 2 years ago. They just last forever because you don't use a ton. Maybe you do. I've used a lot of silver, but they just last forever and they're tiny. So I did get these on Amazon, and like I said, last forever. So that's just a few things that I've been using. I'm going to be looking out for like a toolbox because you always need something to take stuff into the store. And I've been really lazy and just leaving stuff at the store. And I've come to realize that stuff could easily get stolen. So it's not the best idea to keep things at the store unless it's, I don't know, hidden away fairly well. Some of the other things that you could consider looking for on Amazon Prime Day are display options, like ways to display jewelry, anything you have in your booth that, those little things that go in the pegboards. I don't know if there's a good deal on them, but they're not cheap. So hopefully you can find a good place to purchase them. And the last couple of things I can think about, if you have lighting in your booth, maybe purchase, if you can find a good deal on light bulbs, because I know those also are not cheap. So maybe you can find a good deal. And last of all, locks. Anyway, any sort of locking mechanism, if you don't already have something that's like pre-installed in your cabinet. I was just thinking this morning about how, it's such an uncertain time with everything that's going on in the world that theft does always increase when the economy gets worse. So we really need to be keeping up on the items in our booth and making sure it's not easy to stick in somebody's pocket and walk out easily. So I don't know. I'll do some research and see what I can find. Let me know what your thoughts are on Amazon Prime Day and just Amazon in general that can help you in your vintage booth business. Thanks so much for watching.